Welcome back, YouTubers, and thank you for joining me for this special edition radio chat. We are outside today, and we are looking at this radio. This is the Degen DE1123. So stay tuned, and we will do a little radio review today.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. Like I said on the radio already, this is a radio review video for the Degen Degen DE1123. This is a radio that I purchased last year, really by accident. Got this from a lot of radios that was being sold on eBay. It's not something that I would have purchased on my own. Whoops, sorry about that. That's something I would have purchased on my own, but it's been a pretty cool radio to take a look at, and I just want to kind of review some of the features and maybe review it for you a little bit. This is a all-digital radio, and the thing that will be interesting to most of you is that it has a built-in MP3 recorder. Now, I demonstrated that a little bit at the intro to this video. As a voice recorder, it also has the capability of recording off the air, although it has a significant issue with that. We'll talk about that in a bit. But it's got kind of standard FM, AM, shortwave frequencies. It's okay. Here's
our social media outlets, visit
fairly
us
local,
online at xpn.org, and thanks for listening.
Fairly local FM.
WXPN and NPR Music, this is the World Cafe, is our sense. Please visit to Minneapolis.
The sound quality is okay. I mean, the speaker is very small. Obviously, this is a very small unit, so it's not a big speaker. I find that the sound quality is probably a little bit better than you might find with a cell phone, for example, an iPhone, but not a lot better. So you get what you expect with that. FM is certainly pretty good.
Well, they're still around.
Its AM is, so-so. Find a local station. This is 710 WOR New York City.
Probably will have no effect on the use of heroin. What it will do.
Talking about heroin. This is not a radio that you're
probably paying too much.
That you're going to be doing a lot of DXing for. So pretty much your local channel, strong signals. It's not bad for, but obviously with such a small size, your internal antenna is pretty small, so it's going to be pretty limited to strong signals. It does also have shortwave, and I do have a couple of. There's not a lot of shortwave activity right now. This time of the day, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, at least in this location. There's WWCR in Nashville.
And I am watching for you folks. I think that's probably
it's doing okay there.
Presbyterian and Baptist. And when we were discussing
Catholic Radio WEWN.
He mentioned Romans chapter 3, verse 3.
So this does pretty well with strong signals. Like I said, it's not going to be a strong DXing machine, so if you're looking to really pull in some weak signals, this is not the radio for you. And if you're looking for single sideband, this is not the radio for you. I find that the radio is a bit noisy. It's kind of a lot of noise from the unit itself. So it's not a great pleasure to listen to, even with headphones. I find it's a little hissy. My biggest complaint really with the radio is that it's kind of hard to use, actually. Give a close-up of some of the buttons there. It's not real intuitive, meaning that obviously with on-off that's pretty simple, but using the sleep timer, for example, the memories functions can be difficult to discern, figure out what buttons to push for that. when you take the batteries off out, the memories stay intact, but it defaults to 9 kilohertz steps in medium wave, and it took me forever to figure out how to set it back to 10. And actually I had to go to the manual, which is a very interesting kind of Chinese translation, to try to figure out what to push to get it to go back to 10. So it's not an intuitive radio, and it does take some time to learn, and you're really, because the tuning is really limited to the up or down buttons, it can be a little clumsy, and so you want to definitely know how to use the memories to find some of your favorite locations on the dial, otherwise you'll really have a frustrating time. The thing that I wanted to just say a little bit about was the recording functions, because that will be of interest to a lot of folks who want to record not only voice, which I did at the beginning just before I started this video, and that worked okay, but to record off the air. And yes, it does work. However, it records off the audio level, there's not a line level recording. So in other words, in order to get a decent signal, a decent recording, you have to crank the volume up on the radio all the way to really get it to come out to a listenable level. So, and actually the manual suggests that you do that. You plug the headphones in and crank up the volume and then hit record. And so it works, but that's just that's a big problem, and it really makes it unusable. Another missing feature is the fact that it doesn't have a timer for the recorder, so you can't set it to record a particular frequency at a particular time. It has to be, you have to actually manually hit the button. So that's a real limitation. So I think the recording thing is kind of it's really kind of a novelty. It's kind of a curiosity. It's not really useful, in my opinion. But the thing I like most about this radio is it's got a nice display. You can't really see it out here.
When we come back, we'll talk with Rebecca in Grand Rapids.
Can't really see it out here, but a nice green level, nice green light, backlight that comes on every time you hit a button. And I really like the size of it, because it's the kind of radio that you can slip in your pocket very easily. It's no bigger than a wallet. It's about the size of a light phone. It's lightweight. Pocket, backpack, whatever. So if you're going someplace and you just want to take along something, going to a game or going to the beach or something, and you don't want to lug around a bigger portable, this is not a bad unit. And if you're not particularly fond of it, like I'm not particularly fond of it, I've got other radios that I like a lot better than this one, that are not a whole lot bigger, that I'd rather take. But in a pinch, if it's on the spur of the moment, I might throw this in the backpack. So there it is, the Degen DE1123. I didn't check online, but I'm guessing it's probably, I don't know, $50-$60. Hopefully it's not too much more than that. It's a fun plaything. Anyway, might be like all radios, they're all fun. So hope you enjoyed this video, and please check out my channel. I've got a lot of other radio videos and antenna experiments and things like that. Check them out, subscribe to me, and we'll see you next time.